Oh, hey guys, we're live. Me and Anna are in the background trying to figure things out. Anna, do you have intro music? Because my daughter did not fall through with her. Like, I got you, mom. This is the intro. Like, hey guys, join us. Come on.
Ta-da! Here we are. All right, I'm gonna unhide it. We're gonna pull up Selena and Anna. Here we are. We are
Hi, everybody.
super excited. Yeah, hi everyone. We're super excited about today. Today is our coffee chat with Lisa Miller, and we can't wait. We just spend the last 10 minutes chitter-chattering with her in the background, and this is going to be a fun coffee chat.
No, totally. It was like we could have gone on and on and on, correct?
Yeah,
like, you know what
totally.
I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
it's like old friends. Yeah, perfect.
Yes. Yeah. We're trying to figure out how to get Anna to Hawaii. So, we'll talk more about that when we bring her on.
Right.
Okay. So should I tell everybody a little bit about Lisa? Like read a little bit about her bio?
Introduce Lisa, and then we'll bring her on.
Yes. Okay. I love Lisa, and I've known her for a while. So, we know everybody. I don't know why they're going to keep saying that. Anyway, Lisa Miller, artist and calligrapher, owner of Handwritten Aloha, based in Kaneohe, Hawaii. Born and raised in Hawaii, Lisa Miller learned italic style calligraphy at a young age while hanging out in the art room after school. Her mother, Anne, bought Lisa her first Osmiroid, I'm going to have to confirm that with her, calligraphy pen when she was just 12 years old. So, she did all that. There's a lot of other stuff, but I also want to mention, which is going to be the topic of our take, is Lisa is also a CPA and works full-time as a senior consultant for a Hawaii consulting firm, strategically combining finance, operations, strategy, and data analytics to achieve results and helping leaders achieve business success. Whoa,
Woo.
Right? Oh my gosh.
This girl is all over the place, people.
We
all
love
over the
it.
place.
Absolutely love it. Okay, so let's bring her on.
Let's bring on Lisa.
You got it. I got it. You got it. I got it.
You got it.
I got it.
You got it. Hi, Lisa.
It's Lisa. Welcome, Lisa. Aloha.
Aloha.
Okay, Lisa. Okay, real fast before we start doing all of our other things. What did I say that word right? We all know I can't speak. Osmiroid.
Yeah, and they were fancy pens.
Right.
It was like a pen with that ink. You actually like sucked it up from the little ink well, and they were expensive back in the day, like $35, I think, or so.
Wow.
And I'm getting my mom to buy one, but she did it, and that started it all.
Awesome.
And actually, that's probably why I'm who I am today. Well, obviously.
Isn't that great?
Tribute to your mom, right?
Yeah.
Like that
She was a
investment
go-getter.
set you on this path. That's awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cheers to our moms. Seriously.
Cheers to mom.
Yes. Cheers to mom.
Yeah.
So, wait, real fast, not to keep asking you about that. Is that somebody's name in the cell, or that's that is somebody's name? Like the calligraphy pen, Osmiroid. Like I can't.
Osmiroid.
Osmiroid. I think if I remember back, I think it was an English company, or I'm not sure. But it was a very well-known pen. I don't think they produce them anymore. I think Osmiroid got bought out years ago or went under. But there are many different ones now. Like you'll hear mostly like Schaefer in terms of the italic calligraphy pens. That's the difference. Is back in the day we wrote more of that old style, the older like kind of foundational style. Now you'll see more copperplate or modern calligraphy based on copperplate, which is a more flowing style, versus italic is very kind of angly, I guess you could say.
I will tell you this. I look at calligraphy like I do the Olympics. Like I watch the Olympics and then I think I can do all the fancy things that they do in the Olympics, and then I can't. And it's the same with calligraphy. I get inspired. I'm like, I can do it. And then I look and I'm like, ooh, and I got to just leave it to the experts like you that got it. You know what I mean?
Selena is totally not giving herself enough justice. I've seen her do a floor routine.
Right.
And she can totally whip that out in gymnastics floor routine.
Hey, look, Anna. Look at the comment that we got down there. Do you see that, Lisa? Do you see it? I mean,
So the 15 minutes starts when we say it starts, though.
That's it right there.
Yeah. Okay. We're moving on to the next thing, but I just wanted to say that. Okay, go ahead, Anna. What's going on today?
We're just going to really quick just say today's topic is versatility, building a bigger box. And we're going to talk about what that means. We're going to get into that. But before we do, we're going to do our ever so wonderful coffee cup selfie. So everybody get up and do big cheers. Thank you for joining us today on our live. We're so glad to have you.
We're gonna hold for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Thank you.
All right. So yes, our coffee cup selfie. So before we get into our actual topic, we always like to do a toolkit of some kind. And today we wanted to talk really quickly just about Google Drive. Now, this is something that most everybody is already using, but if you're not, we want you to understand the versatility of this tool. Selena?
So I'm a big fan of Google Drive, and I'll be honest, you want to know where I started using it really in the way that it's actually because of Lisa's husband and their restaurant. And I was like, Google Drive, and it took a minute. And now I'm like, where has this been my whole life? And why did I not latch onto it? It's just, it's a cloud-driven application that very similar to your Microsoft products, right? It's Word, it's Google Docs, it's Google Sheets, it's Google Slides. They have everything. The only reason why I love it versus the other stuff is just because I can go from computer to computer and sign into my Gmail, and I will have access to my files wherever I go. Versus traditionally, we all know, right? You got to save it on the thing, you got to put it in your USB, and then you got to take that with you, and then you're like, oh dang it, I didn't bring it. Now I don't know. Maybe somebody can email it. Now we don't know. That's why I love it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Do you use Google Drive, Lisa? Is it something that you use?
Yeah, we actually do. I use it personally, and I also use it for business. Our consulting firm actually uses it, and we started using it right before this. We actually had it on a company intranet, and because we know we were going to go remote working, we had to switch platforms because many of us, I didn't have access. Because I use a laptop and, all the security things, I wasn't able to get onto the internet from home. And so we actually switched to Google Drive for work too.
Yeah.
Crazy?
And that's really the thing I love most about Google Drive is that I can share a file with somebody all the way across the world without having to download and attach an actual file to an email.
Right.
You send them the link, you can set your permissions for it. And like Selena said, it covers all of the processing, computer processing needs that you have in terms of spreadsheets or project-based things or Word documentation, Word documents. I'm trying not to use Microsoft words here, but I just can't think of anything. So we're just gonna fly with it and say that's how it works.
Right. No. And we do follow-ups on our blog, so we'll definitely write about this. But sorry, go ahead, Lisa. What were you gonna say about it?
But the coolest part is if you download the part where you can make it part of your file, your folder system, versus some people think you can only use it by going onto your web browser. But, if you put it in your Finder system, it's like using, another drive, basically, right there. And it's so easy. Right. So easy.
Because you can access it offline, which makes it really convenient. And then when you're online, it just re-uploads everything. Changes are made, and you don't have to do copies and different drafts of it. Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah, love it.
Totally. Like I said, I think it's just, we were excited about Google Drive, which also goes into our versatility. Well, you'll see the set of questions we got going for you today, Lisa. You'll see where this will connect. You know what I mean? Hey, we have Sharina here saying she uses Google Drive for work and now personal as well. Still learning to adjust to it and using all the great applications. For sure. I think, like I said, I know when I first started, I was I remember telling Lisa's husband, yeah, I got it. It's all good. And then behind the scene, I'm like, oh, how do I learning all the things? But once you get it, you're like, this is amazing. This is amazing.
Yes, exactly.
So, all right. So what we got going on next?
All right. So we're ready to start our countdown timer. It's time to set up those 15 minutes and get going.
I sure did. Ready? There it is, Michael.
3 seconds in. Michael, do you see that?
Yep, it's starting. All right. It's starting.
We're super excited for today's topic. We have a really fun kind of game, I guess you would call it. So those of you who are joining us on the live right now, you have an opportunity to win something really cool. Selena, you want to tell us what you're going to win today?
Yes. So, okay, we talked about in Lisa's bio that she is a CPA, but also a calligrapher and an artist. And so I've been lucky enough to receive some of her stuff. And I'm going to show you. Actually, it's funny. I have her on two things. She's on my, oh gosh, wait. Oh, can you see the Aloha right there? There it is. She's on my Mac, and then she's also on my Rocketbook that I talked about last week. So
those are stickers, just to clarify. Those are stickers that she's created.
Yes, and they're stickers. And I think the one thing I love is that you know, we want to support small businesses when we can, even though Lisa's like, no. But Lisa, show them a little bit what else that you have going on down in there. Like, we want to give away something today. So you guys are gonna have to comment.
Yeah.
And look, you may get some of these goodies that Lisa has. I mean,
you might.
You know what I mean?
We don't know.
You have to actually comment.
Yeah, to get the goodie, you have to comment during our coffee chat about anything, any of the questions, any of the topics. It doesn't matter. We just want you to participate and comment. And if you comment, then you're in the drawing for something to win. Lisa's going to choose a random person off of our comment chat list when we're at the end of the show. So
yes. And sorry, Michael, you do not qualify. Michael, you were absolutely axed out. Sorry.
Selena, you're out too. No comment.
Dang it. Okay. I should have not. I should have just said Michael was in it, and then Anna wouldn't have asked. Okay. Okay.
All right, we're ready for our first question, I think. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, let's do it. Are you okay? Am I pulling up the graphic?
Yeah. Will you pull up the graphic and then I'll pop the question on top?
Okay. Yeah. Are you ready, Lisa? Here we go.
I'm ready.
First question. This is before I show this, this is. Our conversation today is steering about right brain and left brain, and how Anna and I were really fascinated in that. Lisa is on both sides of like the creativity and then the analytical side. And so,
you know, really when we at each side, like not like really strong in this and okay at this. Yeah. She is a CPA mastermind by day and a creative genius by night.
Yes. See, I told you she was a copywriter, Lisa.
Love it. You're hired.
Yes. So, okay. So we were researching, and so this is where our first question is going to lead us. And when we ask you your question, I'm going to tell you what happened and what blew my mind last night. So here we go. First question.
All right. What color is this dress? Lisa, what color do you see?
I see white and gold.
Right.
But there's some red in the background.
Okay. No. So we're leaving this up, and you're going to hear our audio because we want you to really get a chance. So when we were talking about right brain and left brain with Lisa, with Anna and I to talk with Lisa, this popped up in our kind of research, and we were like, oh yeah. So today, right now, Anna, I see white and gold.
Yeah, I see white and gold. But look, we've got a comment that just came in.
Yeah.
He sees black and blue.
See, okay. And everybody's like, this is such a hoax and right? But here's what was really fascinating, Lisa. When we researched, what to talk about with you today, we researched this about maybe 11 in the afternoon. And then late last night around 11, I was like, oh, I got to put our stuff together. And I went back to the very same site, to the very same photo, and I flipped out because it was black and blue. I am not joking. It was black and blue.
She thought she had gotten the wrong picture.
Oh my God.
So I called her at 11 last night, 11, right? Like my mom would be mortified that I called somebody past 10 p.m. That's the rule. And so anyway, so I call her and I'm like, I'm flipping out. Oh my God, it's black and blue. I'm like, and I show her the screen and she's like, yeah, no, I see white and gold. I'm like, and her husband comes in and he's like, no, I see black and blue. And I'm like, oh, and I was like, whoa. Okay, so yes. So I was like, is this telling me that we need to, and anyway, Anna and I spent like 45 minutes talking about it. So we came up with our own theories about this whole right brain, left brain that, we obviously read about. But so Lisa, and here's my challenge to everybody that is watching this today, right? Is come back later and look at this because I'm curious. Anna and I decided that maybe I'm at my most Anna, actually tell them why you would see white and gold.
Well, so it's supposedly the white and gold is your right side of the brain, the creative side of the brain functioning at its higher level, where the black and gold is the more analytical, the left side of the brain that's more logical and analytical. And so the theory behind this, I mean, this was 3-4 years ago, maybe 5. Right. I don't even remember how many years ago that they first posted this picture of this dress, and it became this huge controversy, and everybody was saying what they saw and why they saw it. And it all has to do with color and the way your brain is processing that color, and the right brain, left brain, creative versus analytical. So for Selena, we were thinking maybe in the daytime when we were first discussing this, that she saw the white and gold because she was in her creative mode, but she was so tired at 11 o'clock last night when she was putting this together for the last little bit, that her logical just get this done side had kicked in, and now the colors had changed for her. So that was our theory, but we don't know. I mean, we're not scientists in any way, shape, or form. But what we found was interesting is that, we think that, Lisa, one of the things we think most interesting about you is that you're able to you see white and gold, but your black and blue side, when we're talking about like creativity versus analytical, is just as strong. And we thought that was pretty fascinating. So anyone who's watching right now, leave us a comment. Tell us if you see white and gold or black and blue, because we're curious to see how many of the people watching live right now fall into which spectrum.
So, what's your take on that, Lisa? I'm curious.
Well, the interesting thing is the more I stared at the picture, and initially when we looked at it, I said, oh, gold and white, and then I started to see gray and black. But the most interesting thing is I keep being drawn to the details. The side that looks like, is that a plant was that a red planter and a plant or something? And then I'm looking at, the creases in the dress and the lace details, and then the little shadows in that little corner on the left. And thinking, where's the light coming from? It looks like it's coming, it's really interesting how it then it was no longer about white and gold. It was about what else is happening in this picture.
See, and that you just took us again, the versatility, building a bigger box. I know this is a simple exercise with a picture of a dress, but she just built a bigger box. She stopped looking at just the dress. And Lisa, what you've done is you've now created the whole picture and included other things into your decision-making process that's built your box just bigger. So awesome. What a good segue into our next question.
It is. Ready? She's like,
I'm ready.
So our question number 2, how do you balance your day job as CPA left brain person with your side hustle, this creative genius right brain person? How do you balance those two things?
Well, I don't think either side actually goes away, because I no longer, so I've been a CPA for a long time, but I'm actually not an active CPA in terms of doing only, financial work and accounting work. And I actually went from that a long time ago into all aspects of operations and business. And because I have always in the back of my mind, how do you make money? How do the numbers work? That's just there no matter what. So everything else I do becomes bigger because of it. So during the day, just like we talked about that dress, when I'm working and when I'm working with my clients and with my my coworkers, my partners, we're always looking at everything else, not just what the core is. That's the most important, of course, the core objective or whatever. But I'm always thinking about, what about this? What about that? What about this? What about this? And so I really don't look at it as a box. I think the box is wide open. And I think actually the box grows and grows, and I don't even see a box, truthfully. And I love that. And that's why I'm not the typical accountant either. I can sit there, if I have to do a very complex spreadsheet or forecasting or whatever for my client, I could do that. But that's not the value, I think, of what I add. I think what I add is taking that and saying, okay, when you look at this, what do you see? And I see this and this and this. And that's what makes, I think, what I do different and a value, I think, to people. But the interesting thing is, then if we take it toward my art side, the accounting part of it and the detail part of it makes my art, like I've had people say to me, that's not your writing, that's not your art. There's no way, because it's too perfect. And I say, no, that's my writing. I mean, I've had actual like engineers, people who bought my work argue with me, like right there. You can ask my sisters. Yeah. And I tell them, no, that is not a font. It's my writing. And many people think it's a font, but it's not. And a lot of that has to do with the balance. Everything has to have balance, like in accounting, like in, you know, so it's very weird. I know.
No, it's kind of fascinating.
Yeah. I'm going to raise my hand and say, when we looked at your website for the first time, I said to Selena, she's created a font. And Selena's like, no, that's actually her writing. And I was like, what? There is no way. That's your writing. That's a font.
Right. Yeah. I was like, no, that is her writing. I said, I think she's working on, you know what I mean? She's working on making it a font that people will buy. I don't know how you do that, but I mean, it's good, Lisa. It's good. But, you know, I like how you had said kind of like, you know, when going back to the picture, what's really funny is you instantly went back after we did the initial, and I hadn't looked at, you're like, you picked out, you said the details. You're like, look at the lace. Look at the ribbing on the dress. I mean, I always do big picture, but you really kind of like hold on in it quickly, and you were like, you know what I mean? So it's fascinating to me that, it's just very right brain, left brain, and the whole big picture, and probably why, like you said, you do provide a great value to your clients, you know?
Yeah. And I like taking what you said and like expanding it to just about any business person, small business entrepreneur, and just saying, hey, you don't have to have a box. It can be wide open, and you can try new things, and without fear of failure, without stressing out so much about failing. And it's okay if it doesn't work out. Like if you don't try it, you're never going to know, right? But it's that whole idea of allowing yourself the space to try things that are new and different and be innovative without stressing about, this is going to ruin my business or my image or fail in some way. And I think there's some good application here.
That segues into kind of that extra graphic before our third question.
We're
just going to bring it up. So Lisa, like she mentioned, she's also a business strategist, and you know, she comes from a household of business professionals that kind of really level up. And so, if you haven't, you can find her on LinkedIn, and she wrote a fantastic article. And let me see, let's get that in there. It's sorry I made it go so fast, but the article is kind of about one of the concepts that she did with her, partnering with her husband and his partners with a pop-up bar. And so she has some really, really great tips about like what you do with a pop-up concept. And I think it's kind of clever. So for her too, I was really fortunate to be home during this past Christmas holiday. She was part of opening a concept called the Christmas Bar, Hawaii. And so it is so creative in the design part, and Lisa was a big part with a couple other ladies in designing this amazing Christmas like euphoria, whatever. It was amazing, right? But also that she like partners with her husband in the sense of, hey, coming up with things that would help strategy wise and business wise. And during the time that we're open, there was a lot of communication of like them adding things and whatnot. But I know that's going to segue into our third question, but
it is. We really want to focus a little bit your attention on the idea of pop-up and what that means in business. She's specifically talking about pop-up in a restaurant scenario, but think as when you're going through this next session, just if you're a business person or own your own business or a small business entrepreneur, or you have a side hustle, think of this in terms of what could be your quote unquote pop-up in that sense.
Right.
All right. So question number 3, are we ready for question 3?
Yes.
Ready.
It's going into 3.
Ready.
All right. Okay. So we actually took from your article. This is one of your suggestions for the pop-up bar. So when in doubt, innovate or innovate anyway. So that's the comment that she made. So if you're in doubt, innovate or innovate anyway. So how do you get past that fear of failure when you're trying something new? And again, going back to that left brain, right brain, your right brain's creative side says, just do it. It's going to be fun. And your left brain says, I'm spending $1,000 on this chancy thing. You know, how do you manage that balance of fear and failure versus something that might work and the excitement?
Well, see, that's the thing. For me, I think you have to look at it in two ways. There are things you do for fun and things you just want to try, and they might be one-offs. But if you're going to choose something that you really want to take and make it into something successful, number one, somebody's going to have to want it. So that one-off, if everybody says, if your mother says, I love it, and that's pretty much it, probably not the thing you want to innovate, okay? But if you innovate it and the rest of your family says, I want it, and all of a sudden it's become a big thing, different story. Yeah. But the things that people have value, it's always about value. And the thing is, there's millions, trillions of people. So someone's going to like it. It's just whether or not you can figure out what that market is, what that unique thing that you have is. And also, the other thing I would say is, what is success in your mind? If success to you is that you've got to be this gazillionaire, then you better start really innovating and looking for something. But if success for you is, I'm going to make these mugs, I love this, and I love faith and aloha, and I'm happy to share it with 10 people, that's success too. That's so success depends on what you think it is. But in terms of innovating, that's the key, is if you think that you're going to fail, you will fail. So don't think that way. Figure out little steps. What is your first success? Is it one market? What is your next success? Is it then moving past Hawaii to the mainland? Is it online e-commerce? What is it? But the thing is, it's never failure, really. It's you take that failure, you learn from it. What was good about it? Yeah. And then take that and move forward and make even better things happen. Right. I am not one of
the cheer over here for what Lisa's saying right now, because it's so great.
Yes.
And you have to embrace change. Change is good. Yes. Not always like change everything, but the changes that make sense and feel right, that's the key too. If it doesn't feel right, it's probably not right. Yeah. You know, everybody is different and everybody really has nice and good things to say, but you got to take both the good and the bad. So in a failure, I actually look at it and I say, okay, so what exactly happened? You know, and what can we do better? And, you know, right now is the perfect time for change and hope because everyone's in change. Nothing is going to be the same ever again. So if you go on my LinkedIn, you'll see all these things that I have with my company that we're working on. And we really are asking people to open up, lead boldly. People are looking for leaders. They're looking for hope. So have hope, have faith, and try it. Because you know what? Now's the time. Right. You don't have to have a ton of money, but you can sure get to a lot of people like through Selena and Anna, just like this. Right. And people are looking.
Yes, no, right? Seriously. No, this is that's like the best message. And I mean, and just an example of what she had just said, like, you know, when she was referencing the cup, like, I'm going to share with you the whole reason why this 15-minute coffee chat even exists is it literally like finally felt right. I was just going to do it to just talk with Anna and we were going to just do a really like, not like this kind of production value. I'm making like it's production value, right? But we were just going to be like two friends chatting and then that was going to be it. But what you had just said about like, if it feels right, like in your gut, right, go with it. And so, and give it that shot. Like, obviously, like you said, if your mom is like, oh, great. And everybody else is like behind her, like, no.
You're the smartest person in the world. Do it.
Totally.
I'll tell you that, right?
Yeah. No, but just people, if you're listening, like that is gold what Lisa just said. Just like, you know what I mean? Like go with it. And she has 2 articles she wrote with her husband. It's a really awesome husband-wife series that they concocted together. But she has 5 like great tips that she has in the article. So we'll make sure to link that in the comments so that you can go read it. But, you know, go find her on, well, you know, that will be, we got something to share with her, but
I just to kind of wrap up this whole section, you know, we've been attributing this to left brain and right brain. And I think what Selena and I really wanted to urge people who are watching or following, first of all, backtracking, leave us a comment, because if you leave us a comment, then you get thrown into a drawing for an awesome little goodie from Lisa's shop from Hawaii. And second of all, whether you consider yourself a creative right brain or an analytical left brain, don't be afraid to explore the other side when you're looking at some of these versatile options and with whether or not they feel right. Don't be afraid to try out something that's a little bit more creative than maybe your comfort zone might normally allow you to do, because it might be exactly what you and your small business might need in that sense. So
no, totally. I mean, yeah, no.
Yeah.
Good. I'm just so excited. This is so good. Again.
I know. All right.
Okay. Yeah. So, go ahead. I'm excited. That gave me like the
okay. So just to keep it moving, because I'm not going to even ask, but I'm guessing we've just now hit about 12 minutes. Maybe a little bit over. I don't know.
Are you wanting me to be honest?
Nope. I don't even want to. I'm not asking. So this is the point in the conversation where we ask Lisa, is there any question you have that you think Selena and I or people from our viewing audience could help you with in terms of things that are happening in your life right now?
So, now that we don't have physical interaction because we've got to do everything remotely, one of the things that I've found, and it's not just in business, but everybody is having difficulty connecting and knowing where that stop point, meaning is if I'm saying, hey, buy my cups, and how, and then other people are going, why are you doing that? Now is not the time. How do you navigate that in terms of, especially from a marketing standpoint, Right. And you two are the marketing gurus.
No, just kidding.
I'm going to let Selena answer that. No.
No, okay. So Anna and I were actually in a class, and we were talking about, like, remember how Anna, she had talked about, is this the time to sell? People are like, and now more than ever, there are more people online, right? Yeah. And so this is the time, you're not like trying to take advantage of the situation, but you're saying, hey, this is a time to show everybody what you have, right? And a question that had popped in was like, well, should I discount it to kind of like, and she's like, absolutely not. Maybe she's like, don't ever discount, just, hey, if your cup is $10, sell the cup for $10. But if you want to add a value because of the time, say, hey, I'm going to throw in 2 stickers, because it's the time. And, I thought that was really smart. And so she gave, that conversation definitely gave me more confidence in knowing that it is okay. And you know what? The ones that don't like it they weren't your audience anyway.
Yes, right. Exactly. That's exactly it. We both had a really good takeaway with the added value concept. Mm-hmm. So when you price a product or a service that you're offering in your business, you price it, I'm assuming fairly, like this is a $10 cup, and that takes into your time and energy and the production value and your actual costs. And then a little bit of a profit on top of that. And so if it's worth $10, what we took from this seminar was, don't discount your time and your energy and your product. If you feel like people need something more to feel good about their purchase and feel good about what they're doing right now, that's when you add a secondary value to what you're offering them. And we both really walked away with that. And it doesn't have to be a physical product either. It could be a referral credit, or it could be just a handwritten note. It's like something that really provides that personal connection and value that somebody's going to say, wow, this Lisa lady is top notch, Right. Because that's the kind of thing I say when I get extra value. I'm like, top notch, right?
Yeah. No, and it's so kind of like, like it's like closing out that is just, I think, one, like you said, innovate, right? Don't be scared, just talk. And there are some people that they don't know how to do what we're doing all right now, which is going on live, right? And saying, hey, I don't know if like, I'm Lisa, I'm behind this wonderful cup. Like, you know what I mean? And sometimes people need that extra connection. And like I said, it's just talk like you're talking to your friends, right? Obviously, like my grandma says, like, don't say the curse words, don't do all the bad language, all that stuff. Lisa's got some restaurant background. And if restaurant people, it just comes with the territory. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I would, that's my answer, is just saying, don't be scared, do it. And like I said, the ones that will come to you, and you got to think about it in the way that it's like, if you don't go on, the people that are trying to find you won't be able to find you. They won't know.
That's right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And the people looking for a product like yours to make them feel better, or to help somebody else feel better, if they can't find you, you really, yes, there is a good balance, and you're going to hit all different types. But like Selena said, they're not your people. They're not your audience. They're not your client if they're offended by something that you're trying to do, because you're not doing it in greed, or you're not like gouging the market. You're not selling hand sanitizer for $1,000 per bottle or something like that. Right. Which, if anybody watching is doing that, yes, I'm judging you right now, right? That's what's happening.
No, totally. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. That's funny. No.
All right, so let's let everybody know where we can find Lisa at.
Yes. Oh wait, hold on. I'm clicking in there, and then we'll let. Here we go. Tell us where they can find you, Lisa.
So you can find me on my artist side at Handwritten Aloha, or Handwritten Aloha on Instagram and Facebook. And then if you want my business side, which actually incorporates some of my artist side, you'll be able to see, now that you've talked to me, you'll be able to see it in my posts and my company's posts in LinkedIn under Lisa Minor Miller. And then I also have my website, but it has been super busy, so excuse me if it's not up to date.
Oh, no worries. Okay, wait, I'm gonna pop it back here. Oh, Lisa, you're yellow. What's going on?
I'm not really quite sure which.
Oh my gosh.
No, hey, no.
How am I yellow? I'm yellow.
That's a first for a 15-minute coffee chat. Is your husband
happy?
Yeah. Hey, you know what? Hey, I guess it was going to be yellow. It was at the right time because it was at the end.
Right? That is so strange.
What color did you see?
Yeah. I know. Yes, everybody.
One final reminder: if you haven't left us a comment to get put into the drawing, leave us a comment.
Yeah. So I'm gonna
re-add her.
Yeah.
No, you're still yellow. That's so weird.
That's funny. No, but hey, before we sign off, remember, this is what we're going to give away: some of Lisa's wonderful things that she sells from her shop. And all you have to do is comment in there. We're just curious. Left brain versus right brain is, what's the way? Anna's like, I'm trying to get her face back on.
I don't even know what's going on here. It's so weird.
You know what? Yeah, look, it's all.
Hey, go with it.
We roll with it. We roll with it, people. We roll with it,
everyone.
Yes. So, okay, wait, real fast, guys. I just wanted to make a quick little thing. So this right here is my coffee mug. I'm imagining Lisa's doing the same thing too. This is my coffee mug from Japan. My cousin from Hawaii had her friend bring it because I am a Starbucks mug collector. And so I was gonna be all like, hey, I'm gonna throw in my my 4 years of Japanese I had to take in high school, but I forgot to greet everybody. But we'll say goodbye in Japanese. So now you know why I'm saying, why is she using Japanese today? Wait, real fast. I'm just throwing these in here. Look, Amber said that the dress is white and gold, of course. Allie sees white and gold. Where was somebody? There was somebody else in here that actually. Oh, look, Natalie has said she sees black and blue. Isn't that very crazy? Analytic.
Yes.
Oh, interesting. And then one of our Chrissy sees white and gold.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sharina. No. I mean, yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. I know. This is again. Hey, Lisa. Our husbands again are like, hey. You're gonna have to rename your show, and I'm like, no, we're not. It's gonna stay that way. Maybe it'll just be a joke. It's an inside joke.
Yes. So I'm sorry that we can't see your face, and you're just a big yellow happy ball. I don't know what's going on, but we're gonna just move forward and say, join us next week. We have a really kind of exciting thing planned for next week. Mother's Day is coming up. We've got
special,
some very special guests that are going to be joining us on that pre-Mother's Day event. It's going to be a lot of fun. And as always, Coffee Cup sponsors, welcome. We will feature on our show.
Totally. Okay, here's where the Japanese comes in. Go ahead, Anna. Do our sign off. Okay, guys. Domo arigatou gozaimasu for joining us today. Lisa, even though you're in yellow, we love you for joining us. Thanks, everybody. Hey, Lisa, don't hang up now. You're going to stay in the thing. Bye, guys. There's the dog.